Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Everyone. I got a working microphone this time, so oh yeah. How y'all doing today? Excellent. Thank you all for coming out to the Haggard Oaks Amusement Park, home of the world champion Rose City Rollers. And before we get started, a few housekeeping things. Please stay on your side of those black bumpers. This is for your safety and the safety of the skaters. Also, please be courteous to your fellow fans. Do not walk in front of them while the action is going. Wait for those 30 seconds between jams. Your fellow fans will appreciate you for this. And also, this is a juniors game, so please cheer positively and responsibly. And do not coach from the stands. We've got some fine coaches over here. Let them coach. Y'all just cheer, all right? And now, put your hands together for all of our volunteers who make all this possible. And for our officials on skates and off. All right, we got a good one for you. We've got the Undead Avengers. Up against the Bleeding Hearts.
Come on now.
All right, Avengers fans, we're going to give you another shot. The Undead Avengers.
Woo!
All right, that's more like it. And the Bleeding Hearts. All right, we know who's pumped. All right. So Furious, let's get this going.
Thank you, my friend. It is my honor today to bring to you from the Primordial Ooze, put your hands together in the green, the Undead Avengers. Wearing number 1, Skittles. Wearing number 1-1, Lil Stabby. 3-3 is Slamilton. 808 Snapdragon. 197, put it together for Gremlin. 218 is Jules Byrne. Wearing 25, Rolling Thunder. 270, Dora the Destroyer. 311 is Smash Goose. 34 is Ruthless. Number 35, the Feral Kid. Wearing 42, Lunatic. 515, Cannonball. 616, Saber-Tooth Tiger. 713, Dr. Zoom. Wearing 72, Red Rage. wearing number 8, Magic Hate Ball. And last but never least, put your hands together for 8-4 Punch Bag. The Undead Avengers are coached by Scratcher in the Eye, Fizzgig, Quicksilver, and Lemon Stinger. Put it together one more time for the Undead Avengers.
All right, it's my pleasure to bring to you in the red, the Bleeding Hearts. Number 0 is Finny Kruger. Number 044, Fruity Pebbles. Number 11, Honey Basher. Number 143, Lola the Killer Bunny. 149 is Avery Phylactic Shock. Number 17, Blueberry Ruffin. Number 1969, Klondike. Number 211, Pop-Tart. Number 214, Spinnergy. Number 26, Bleeding Tart. 295 is Lightning McQueen. Number 3, Collateral Damage. 333, Apocalypse. Number 49, Sherbert. Number 496, a Saltwater Taffy. Number 505, Danny DeFito. Number 508, Midnight Smack. Number 56, Ludini. Number 606, Row, Row, Wreck Your Bout. And last but not least, 702, Jigsaw. And we'd like to thank our coaches, Wicked Willow, Pancakes for Breakfast, So Feisty, Adri Hell on Wheels, and Jackpot. The Bleeding Hearts.
All righty. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Puns and Roses. I am your broadcast announcer for this bout between the Undead Avengers and the Bleeding Hearts. You'll be seeing the rosters up there. Should be a fun bout. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully you all are too. If you're in the chat, feel free to say who you are, where you're from, who you're rooting for. And I will endeavor to look up from the game and say hi. Both teams are taking the track. That appears to be Ludini in the red behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Up against 713, Dr. Zoom. Dr. Zoom looking for the outside lane. Denied by Midnight Smack. Ludini one to beat Pakistan's. And Ludini escapes. And that is collateral damage heading to the penalty box on a legal position. So Dr. Zoom threw on the initial, but Ludini already in and scoring. Good offense there by Sherbert. Snapdragon anchoring the front of that defense. But here comes the offense from the Hearts. Great. Oh, wow. Midnight Smack closes the door. Saltwater Taffy Bridges. And Dr. Zoom through for another 4. So it was a 16-8 jam to start. Both teams getting on the board. All right, we have number 26, Bleeding Tart, jamming for the Bleeding Hearts, up against 515, Cannonball for the Avengers. I'm sorry, I cannot help myself. If I see cannonballs, that's somewhere in the 80s, something infected my brain, and I have to, like, shout out Cannonball. Bleeding Tart, easy 4. Great offense there from Fruity Pebbles and company. Here comes Cannonball. Oh, wow. Goes for the Zoom Room Apex jump and denied. That was Pop-Tart. Perfect positioning. And, oh, Blueberry Ruffin, great attempt. Everybody taking their shots at Cannonball. Did Cannonball just dab there? So after that 8-4 jam, we are at 24-12 after 2 jams. And next up, we're going to have Row Wreck Your Bout in the red up against Rolling Thunder in the green. That Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is currently empty. And Row Wreck Your Bout up to the front, working against Snapdragon. Good defense by Snapdragon. Row Wreck Your Bout is lead jammer, but Rolling Thunder is out. And there's the call off. Great work by the Avengers to recycle Row Wreck Your Bout. Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery. That is John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. So we've got Collateral Damage in for a second. Well, the Bleeding Hearts have 2 penalties, and Collateral Damage has both of them. So this is a good time to spend 30 seconds in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box to think about that. All right. Smash Goose is your lead jammer. Danny DeFito on the outside edge coming. Oh, wow. Smash Goose all the way through. Easy. Three in the pack right now. Oh, that call-off was just a little bit too late. And that ended up as a 4-4 jam as Danny DeFito steals 4. Oh, wow, on that Radical Wheels replay, you can see Jules burn with that phenomenal hit. And we have an official timeout. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. Paca Lex dancing behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. That's right, our jam line brought to you by the Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. All right. And there we go. That is Dora the Destroyer forced out and recycled. And collateral damage out of that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box immediately on the phenomenal defense. Now joined by Spinergy at the back of the pack. Saltwater Taffy directing everybody to move on up. And wow, Spinergy comes up, plays some offense. And Apocalypse is through. And good work there by Sherbert. And Magic Hateball working well up at the front with Snapdragon. Joined by Jules Byrne. Leaving Red Rage in the back to play some offense. But Sherbert collateral damage doing good work, reforming quickly. And we're getting whistles for somebody. That is 2 Undead blockers heading to the box. So this is now a 4-2 pack advantage. Oh, no, 3-2 pack advantage for the Bleeding Hearts. And we have a 2-town Cider House star pass to Jules Byrne. And this jam comes to an end. Rebel Heart Therapy, sponsor of our penalty box. There's some group therapy going in there right now. They provide therapy for queer, poly, kinky, quirky folks. And Donesha says go Undead, go Thunder. James is the grandfather of Ludini, watching proudly from Scottsdale. And Avery Phylactic Shock through with lead jammer. Dr. Zoom on the initial. Wow, great offense there from Klondike and Company. Force out by Fruity Pebbles. So that is a 7-2 jam. 18-39 is your score right now. And we've got on the line Cannonball in the green up against Ludini. Sabertooth Tiger with immediate defense in the back. Snapdragon, great work, able to get a recycle, but Ludini is lead jammer. Cannonball pushing hard, just driving forward. Collateral damage just able to keep up. Here comes a little Stabby trying to open a lane. Cannonball is through. Great offense there by Stabby. Punch Bugging Company trying to get set, but good offense by the Hearts to create a gap. Ludini taking advantage. All right, next up we're going to see Rolling Thunder up against Bleeding Tart. 4-3 pack advantage for the Bleeding Hearts. Lunatic and Company looking to slow down Bleeding Tart. Great offense there by Honey Basher. Rolling Thunder 1 to beat, but that one is Pop-Tart. Wow, nice spin. Blueberry Ruffin heading into the penalty box. Comes the Avengers with some offense. Snapdragon. I've had a good time watching Snapdragon on the rose petals the past couple years. Transitioning well up to the rose buds. Wow, nice move there. Gremlin directing traffic. Wow, are you kidding me? Bleeding Tart staying in bounds. And poor Snapdragon's like, I was almost out of the penalty box. And we've got a team timeout being called by the Undead Avengers. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. I like this timeout. Undead Avengers have sort of been on the skids here right from the start. It's been sort of all bleeding hearts all the time. It's a good time after 11 minutes to take this timeout, take a breath, try to reset yourself, break the momentum a little bit. Looking at the penalty counts right now, Undead Avengers with 6. And Bleeding Hearts with 5. Snapdragon sitting at 3. Not exactly good for the Avengers. As that sort of penalty trouble at this point, only 11 minutes in. As Row Wreck Your Bout behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Up against, I believe that is Ruthless. And we have an official timeout. No, that is not. That is Smash Goose. Sorry, the numbers on the arm are pretty faint there. Just in case you all aren't aware, in about 12 days, we will be hosting here in Portland, Oregon, the WFTDA Global Championships. There are still sponsorship spots available. We still have tickets available. Grab your tickets. Grab a cheap flight on Alaska Airlines to beautiful Portland, Oregon. We've got room blocks at the DoubleTree in the Crown Plaza. Very conveniently located to the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Come in, watch some roller derby, check out Powell's books. Smash Goose forced to the outside. That was Spinergy. Row Wreck Your Bout. Sees that huge lane on the inside and takes it. Not a back block. That was a very good legal hit. And Smash Goose through for 4. And there's the call off by Row Wreck Your Bout. Another 8-4 jam. It's definitely been a sort of a consistent 2-1 scoring for the Hearts. It was Danny DeFito for the Hearts. And Dora the Destroyer jamming for the Undead Avengers. Danny DeFito is through. Dora looks for a lane. Finds some great offensive blocking behind Skittles. Dora is through. And there's the call off. Black Cat Plumbing, Portland's friendly neighborhood plumbing company and an RCR sponsor since pretty much like forever. Triple three, that is Apocalypse. No, first we have an official timeout. That is the official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. So Apocalypse in the red, I believe that is Dr. Zoom in the green. So that is a late low block assigned to Fruity Pebbles. Dr. Zoom pushing up at the front of the pack. Oh, there goes Apocalypse finding a gap. And that would be collateral damage that force out and recycle. And Apocalypse, not sure if that was just the track or what, but face planting at the top of turn one. And there was a great force out and good recycle by, I believe that was Magic Hate Ball. And Apocalypse with the call off. Avery Phylactic Shock with the star for red. And Cannonball. Cannonball jamming in the green behind that jam on Hawthorne jam line. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is currently empty. And Cannonball inadvertently gives Avery Phylactic Shock the push out to get lead jammer. Cannonball through on the initial. And oh, Gremlin denies that Zoom Room apex jump. Both jammers on scoring passes right now. Big shoulder from Honey Basher. Cannonball is through. Pop-Tart giving chase. And able to slow down Cannonball. Cannonball has to recycle. Yeah, you got to be fast coming out of that pack because Pop-Tart will chase you down. Ludini Rolling Thunder. Great work there by Collateral Damage. Good offense coming from Red Rage. Ludini through. Rolling Thunder coming in fast behind. Ludini through with a 4-point pass. Snapdragon setting up at the front of the pack. Out of play and has to let Ludini go. I feel like someone was lucky not to get a low block in there. Not sure who. Collateral damage. Jigsaw working the back of the pack. Up to the front. Oh no, that is a track cut on Rolling Thunder. Sabertooth Tiger and company setting up, but the offense, great offense there by the Hearts. Not giving the Avengers a chance to form up. Wow, Snapdragon. That was a 24-3 jam. Bringing the score to 111 versus 41 in favor of the Bleeding Hearts. 3-1-1, that is Smash Goose. Jamming against Bleeding Tart. Lightning McQuinn, Klondike playing offense at the back. And they pretty much let Pop-Tart go it alone. And nice spin move. Wow, Pop-Tart stays in bounds. Ooh. Smash Goose coming around on the scoring pass. Feral Kid and Skittles up at the front, trying to, wow, good offense there coming from Klondike. Ruthless backing up Skittles there. Good work. Looks to be Dora the Destroyer up against Row Row Wreck Your Bout. And we have an official timeout. This timeout brought to you by Welcome PDX, RCR's official realtor. Row Row Wreck Your Bout trying to get a dance party started. And they're off. Row Row Wreck Your Bout quickly through. Lola the Killer Bunny working with collateral damage at the back of the pack. And oh, there is a Zoom Room apex jump, followed by a Two-Town Cider House star pass to Lil Stabby. Stabby, great move on the inside. Clears everybody except collateral damage. Unfortunately, if you're not going to clear one, collateral damage is the one you, yeah. Collateral damage able to stop Little Stabby. And Stabby forced out recycled. Spinergy not able to stop Little Stabby, who's through. Gotta love seeing a pivot score points. Finney Kruger, Blueberry Ruffin setting up at the back of the pack. Slamilton there to provide some offense. And Slamilton able to free Dr. Zoom, lead jammer, Danny DeFito, about 20 feet behind. Stuck the landing. Wow, that was a phenomenal Zoom room apex jump. Dr. Zoom has the zoomies. Oh, called off, but Danny DeFito stuck that landing. 8-8 on that jam. Wow. Just over 7 minutes left in this first half. We have Cannonball up against Apocalypse. Apocalypse is through. Cannonball recycled in the back behind. That was Midnight Smack. Cannonball looking to explode out of that defense, and does. Great footwork there by Cannonball. Rolling through. And Snapdragon, good defense. Punch Bug. Able to direct Apocalypse into that tripod. And here comes Cannonball once again. Oh, track cut. So this is now a power jam for the Bleeding Hearts. Apocalypse calling for some offense. Snapdragon says, I don't care about your offense. Good force out there by Magic Hate Ball. Everybody taking shots at Apocalypse. Forearm on somebody. That would be Midnight Smack. So Cannonball is through. And dabs again. All right. Respect. $67-163 is your total score right now in favor of the Bleeding Hearts with just under 5 minutes left in this first half. One skater in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And Pop-Tart just doing work there on Rolling Thunder. That was a huge hit by Pop-Tart. Rolling Thunder bounced up though. So Avery Phylactic Shock coming out of that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Quickly through. And Rolling Thunder yells, "I'm calling it." WSL Leadership Coaching, helping you be more awesome in your work, sport, and life. And we've got a official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. A very quick official timeout. I like the quick ones. 10-11 is our penalty count. Or not. There we go. Official timeout again. Sasquatch HR. Helping small businesses be better. SasquatchHR.org. And a little stabby with that force out. And long recycle on Ludini. Smash Goose not able to take advantage, though. And Ludini escaping. Oh, collateral damage. Wow. And that's going to be a track cut on Ludini. There goes, oh, saltwater taffy. That was a phenomenal force out. Smash Goose. And Smash Goose gets some great offensive help, but loses footing. And Ludini back on the track. Saltwater Taffy holding the line. And Smash Goose is through. And more importantly, stays upright after getting through. Not allowing the Bleeding Hearts to coagulate again. Oh, collateral damage. That's going to be a track. Yep, track cut. So Smash Goose heading to the penalty box. That was just a fatigue penalty, just too tired. And we've got a score of 167-179 after that 16-point jam. Ritual Dyes, Portland's local yarn shop, owned by a Bud's parent and wrecker skater. And that is going to be Bleeding Hearts with a 4-3 pack advantage. Skittles. Good effort there, but all the support was just wiped away. Wow. A little stabby out of the box and looking for some payback. Yep, nowhere to go on that inside lane. Smash Goose forced out, recycled behind Blueberry Ruffin. I think Smash Goose needs to take that star off. Period clock has expired. There's the call off. And we are at intermission. Score of 187 for the Bleeding Hearts, 67 for the Undead Avengers. We will be back in 10 minutes. See you soon.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We got you.
ticking down. Coming back, the Bleeding Hearts are ahead 187 to 67. They've just been able to consistently get lead jam again and again and again. Lots of jams where both teams are scoring. And we're going to be seeing Jules Byrne taking the line for the first time for the Undead Avengers. Not the first time with the star. Got it on a star pass, a Two-Town Cider House star pass in that first half. But first time starting with it, up against Roro Wreck Your Bout behind that jam on Hawthorne jam line. And Jules Byrne is through. And Snapdragon working with Magic Hate Ball. Roro Wreck Your Bout about half. And there's the call off. 4-0 in favor of the Avengers. Good start for them for the second half. I'd like to thank our official gear sponsor, 888, and our other official gear sponsor, 187 Killer Pads, providing your protective gear for the Wheels of Justice and the Rosebuds. Some of the best skaters on the planet wearing that gear. And there goes Dr. Zoom. 2 lead jams in a row for the Bleeding Hearts. Aprophylactic Shock is out, but about a half lap behind. Dr. Zoom finding a gap. Get past Midnight Snack. There's the call off. Is it in time? It is. That is 2 4-0 jams to start for the Avengers. And next up, Bleeding Tart in the red up against Cannonball in the green. All right, that is a forearm penalty, sending Cannonball to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. So there's some intense group therapy. Although the 2 blockers for the Avengers are standing. A little stabby. That's unfortunate. Pop-Tart dragging everybody back. So even though the Avengers had 4 blockers available, only 1 was on the track, which made it super easy for Bleeding Tart, who only had to get past the 1. And that 16-0 jam pretty much undid everything that the Avengers had started this with. Our penalty box sponsored by Rebel Heart Therapy. Therapy for queer, poly, kinky, quirky folks. That is Spinergy jamming for the first time up against Rolling Thunder. And Collateral, oh wow. I did not see the call on Rolling Thunder. Forearm penalty. So that is a power jam for Spinergy and the Bleeding Hearts. And Spinergy back block. So Rolling Thunder standing. Spinergy will spend close to 30 seconds in the box. This will be a full 2-minute jam. Rolling Thunder up against the Saltwater Taffy. Powers past. Great movement there on the inside. And here comes Slamilton and company providing offense. Jules Byrne trying to take out collateral damage. And does. And Rolling Thunder uses that offensive momentum to get through. So both jammers out and available to score right now. Slamilton closes the inside lane on Spinergy. Working with Lunatic and Ruthless. Jules Byrne, good work. Spinergy through for 4. Rolling Thunder trying to, there comes the offense. Jules Byrne trying to break Rolling Thunder out. And Spinergy coming through, nobody watching. Able to pick up an easy 3 on that second pass. Oh, look at that Radical Wheels replay. That force out by Jules Byrne. So 14-17 is the penalty count right now. Avengers with 17, Hearts with 14, no one with more than 3. Snapdragon got 3 penalties in the first 11 minutes and hasn't gotten one since, which has been great because the Avengers definitely need Snapdragon out there. Apocalypse threw on the initial. Smash Goose forced out and recycled behind Fruity Pebbles. Some very sugary names on these teams. Fruity Pebbles, Pop-Tart, Klondike. Makes me want dessert. Apocalypse now up to 8 points. Smash Goose still looking for that initial pass. And there's a call off to Town Cider. Damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest. They have a mango cider that's seasonal that Mrs. Puns is a big fan of. Although I got a tall boy of their peach apricot cider for Mrs. Puns, and she was very pleased with me. She enjoyed that quite a bit. I think that might be her favorite cider, that peach apricot right now. Rosemary Parker says, go Slamilton. And Noreen. Pop-Tarts, Nana, and Papa, live watching. Welcome, y'all. Feel free to say who you are, where you're from, who you're rooting for. Dora the Destroyer working towards the front of the pack. And, oh, Ludini is out. Gremlin coming up to play some offense, joined by Feral Kid. And now has to transition to defense. Oh, Ludini just powers through. And Ludini with the call off on that. 20-4 jam, it looks like. Next up is Dr. Zoom up against, I believe that is Row Row Wreck Your Bout. Find that jam on Hawthorne Jam line. 4-3 pack advantage. Once again. And Bleeding Hearts take advantage of their pack advantage. Dr. Zoom able to escape. Managed to avoid the rundown by Pop-Tart, which is impressive. A little stabby with a force out on Row Wreck Your Bout. Dr. Zoom in and scoring points. Both jammers on their first scoring pass. Dr. Zoom completing the first scoring pass. Skittles heading back to the penalty box. Wow. Oof. Got a little bit of group therapy going in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. As the Undead Avengers is about to have too many blockers, which nobody has noticed yet. I'm pretty sure Punchbug has figured it out. And illegal contact penalty sends Jules Byrne. And Slamilton jamming for the first time is through on the initial. Yet nobody's figured out that the Avengers have too many blockers. I feel like Lola the Killer Bunny should be getting extra points for this. Because technically Lola's passing 5 blockers. Admittedly, they're not all on the track. All right, the Avengers, yeah, nobody, I don't think, nobody except me noticed that. You can see it on that Radical Wheels replay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. That jam did bring the Avengers into the triple digits, though. Bleeding Tart, Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder, not lead jammer, but just a step behind. Cutting along the inside. Oh, wow. Bleeding Tart able to out accelerate. Bleeding Tart through for 4. Rolling Thunder through for 4. But Bleeding Tart has gained a little bit of room here. Oh, Snapdragon with that great force out and recycle. Oh. No. Track cut. Rolling Thunder risked a in-sub there, but did not get called for it. Snapdragon with a force out and recycle. Working with Magic Hate Ball. There's the bridge. Punch Bug heading to the penalty box. Red Rage out. Snapdragon, great force out and recycle. Rolling Thunder, 4 points in the air. That is an 8-8 jam. That's good for the Avengers, or 8-11 jam, for being shorter jammer for 30 seconds. Spinergy and Skittles are your jammers. Spinergy through, Skittles not too far behind. No track cut. And Jules Byrne drops Spinergy 20,000 leagues under the sea with that hit. Nowhere to go. Good offense there. Courtesy of, is that Danny DeFito? I think so. Danny DeFito and Midnight Smack, I believe. Skittles through quickly on the initial. Straight out of that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Jules Byrne buries Spinergy. Just under 15 minutes to go in this second half. We're about to see, that is Blueberry Ruffin, I believe, jamming for the first time for the Bleeding Hearts. Up against Dora the Destroyer. Blueberry Ruffin through quickly. Pop-Tart laying out Dora the Destroyer. Blueberry Ruffin digging in up against Stabby. And, oh, there's the offense. Honey Basher able to break that tripod. And a two-town Cider House star pass to Snapdragon. Jammer of record for the Undead Avengers now. And Pop-Tart with a force out. And Lil Stabby with the force out. Oh, good reaction there by Blueberry Ruffin to get back in before there was a run back. Snapdragon through. Oh, an unfortunate contact with Lil Stabby. And Snapdragon breaking out of that defense. 90 seconds to get an initial pass. And team timeout being called by the Undead Avengers. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. And Cannonball appears to be off skates. Not quite sure what's going on there. But that's going to be a loss for the Undead Avengers. All right, who do we got coming in here? Dr. Zoom for the Avengers up against Apocalypse for the Hearts. And collateral damage, huge run back. And, oh, Dr. Zoom able to get out, grab Elite Jammer. Was not expecting that. And Apocalypse grabs 4 before that call off. And Lil Stabby jamming for the, I believe jamming for the first time. Well, starting with the star for the first time. Up against Roro Wreck Your Bout. Does a little jammer defense there. And directs the play penalty on Red Rage. And oh wow, that was great work by Fruity Pebbles. That long recycle. And Stabby through on the initial. And Finney Kruger not able to stop Stabby from getting out. Stabby trying to pump the crowd up. Roro Wreck Your Bout through quickly for a 16-4 jam. That brings Bleeding Hearts over the 300 mark. We're going to see Avery Phylactic Shock against Dora the Destroyer. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And Avery Phylactic Shock through quickly. Pharaoh Kid trying to play some offense and spring Dora the Destroyer. Avery Phylactic Shock. Oh, good work there by Skittles. And we have a Two-Town Cider House Star Pass to Skittles. And Pop-Tart starting with the star for the first time. Up against Slamilton. And Slamilton wants to be in the room where it happens. And oh, Pop-Tart with that Zoom Room Apex jump. And Snapdragon just unable to contain Pop-Tart. Are we going to see that Apex jump here on the Radical Wheels replay? Yes, we are. Oh, wow, the timing. Did you see the expression on Snapdragon's face? All right, next up we got Spinergy and Smash Goose. Spinergy track cut. Spinergy's like, yeah, I know. Smash Goose, lead jammer for the Undead Avengers. Avengers trying to play some offense and able to open a lane. A Midnight Smack just dancing away. Oh. collateral damage, directing traffic. That was just free points for a smash goose on that last pass. Good hit there by Sherbert. Spinergy working against the Feral Kid, backed up by Gremlin. Gremlin taking over, now backed up by Feral Kid. Jules Byrne. Midnight Smack out on a direction of play penalty. Spinergy avoids the track cut. And Smash Goose up with 24. Definitely the best jam of the day so far for the Avengers. That's basically 20% of their points right there on that one jam. Four-3 pack advantage with one skater standing in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. See Lou Dini and Dr. Zoom. Dr. Zoom, credit to Snapdragon for opening the lane on the inside. Great work at the back of the pack by Klondike. Oh, Snapdragon working there with Magic 8-Ball. Holding on for dear life. Dr. Zoom getting an easy trip through. Ludini as well. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty. Both jammers trading scoring passes here as time winds to under 4 minutes in this game. Ludini with a little jammer offense there. And Dr. Zoom finally slowed down. And there's a call off. And that was a 22-20 jam. Most total points in a jam, I think, so far. 171-351 is your score right now. Apocalypse, Rolling Thunder, Apocalypse through, Rolling Thunder about 5 feet behind, drifting down about 10 feet behind now. Comes Apocalypse looking for the inside lane, heading to the outside. Rolling Thunder takes the inside, great offense there by Slamilton. Good work by Gremlin and Skittles up at the front of the pack. Nobody watching for Rolling Thunder. And everybody goes inside. Both jammers go outside. And that was a 12-8 steal for the Avengers. And I believe that is Red Rage jamming for the first time for the Avengers. Up against, I believe, Wreck Your Bout. It is. And Snapdragon doing work. Snapdragon has been a workhorse for the Undead Avengers. And Wreck Your Bout is through on the initial. You've already taken the cap off. You might as well just keep that off. And there is a two-town Cider House star pass to Snapdragon as time, or as the jam was being called off. And time is ticking down. We're under a minute. This should be the last jam. And we will see Dora the Destroyer up against Bleeding Tart. And Spinergy barely gets onside in time. Jules Byrne also doing great work tonight, or today, for the Avengers. Dora the Destroyer looking for a lane, finds it. Bleeding Tart with 4 points in hand. Dora the Destroyer in on a scoring pass. Bleeding Tart is through, and there's the call off. (12-3) on that final jam. Your unofficial score 375 to 186. So we sort of finished the game as we started with a 2-1 point advantage for the Hearts.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try for yourself. We've got you.